double-double of her career on opening day. Make it 6 for number 12. She's got half a dozen, looking for a dozen. I mean, maybe by the end of November.
You know, and again, it's 2 games in. It's going to be hard work, but I would like to challenge her to continue to the double-double streak for the season.
The sophomore has a Phoenix, playing super confidently through the first couple. And Alan Nelson still looking for her first points. Little double team. Step back Jay is no good. Rebound to Ayanna Moore.
You know, I have to say what I like about Nelson is even if her shots aren't falling, she's sprinting back on defense and still playing with high energy, contributing to this game.
Vandy bench wanted that to be a continuation and an and one. Instead, foul on the floor. So Vanderbilt will inbound from the baseline here.
Jane Wamba, just a strong play by her.
So Vanderbilt shooting 50%. They shot 53% against Lipscomb. Moore, oh, what a slip. But a miss by Oliver. Listen, that's one thing I think Shea Ralph is going to talk about. End practice coming up. It's just layups, right? Simple shots about a foot away from the rim.
Yeah, and that's probably going to be clipped during the film session as well, you know, finishing and converting those easy layups around the basket.
Inside to Mitchell, size advantage over Tamway. How about that? Stepping away from the basket, using the window to her advantage. So Vanderbilt, who shot a touch under 85% in the third quarter the other day against Lipscomb, had a really blistering third quarter again. So a good start to the second half. Shields trying to shield out her defender, and I think Moore got a piece of it. I think this crowd wants another potential century mark as a couple of bodies battling for the ball there. Tie up between Mitchell and Tamway.
That was a great drive to the middle by Mitchell and then spin back around. On this possession, I would have loved to see Mitchell keep the ball high instead of bringing it down, avoiding that pass getting stripped and tangled up.
Another missed layup, but Jordan Oliver with the putback. That's Oliver's first field goal of the night. She's now got 4 points. The other 2 came from the free throw line. Timeout. Brittany Young wants to talk it over. 52-point lead for the Doors. 8:24 to go here inside Memorial. Fourth year of the Shea Ralph era has gotten off to a really dynamite start. And you just take a look at some of the numbers for Shea Ralph. You see here inside Memorial, 35-17, doubling the total, wins the losses. And then how about the non-con, 25-3, 17 non-conference wins by 20 plus. And now I'd like to see Jay, our graphics guy, who does a mighty fine job, see how many times they won by 50 plus in the non-con, because that's what they have the chance to do for a second consecutive game to start this season.
You know, and I want to bring it up again, sports isn't an instant gratification type of field to get into. You know, you put the work in, and sometimes it takes a while for those results to show. If you put the right work in, you'll always see what you put in come out, and that's what this Vanderbilt team has seen.
It's been a tough night for Austin Peay, shooting just 28% from the field. Wyatt with 3 to shoot, picked up her dribble. Rivera not going to touch anything. That's a shot clock violation. 20th turnover for the Govs. They are now 3 of 13 from downtown.
That was a great job by Anna Moore, identifying and knowing what Rivera likes to do, getting in her space, not letting that shot become easy for her.
Well, we talked about this in the Open. I mean, this Vanderbilt program has a lot of rich history. It really does, right? And I know it was the first time since 2014 that they made the NCAA tournament, but I mentioned this stat. I want to mention it one more time, right? That's how important, how special it was for this program last year to get back to the dance. But 27 of 29 years, Camera, from 1986 to 2014, Vanderbilt made the NCAA tournament. They made the Final Four back in '93. I was -1 years old, in case you want to do the math there. But the Final Four in '93, Elite Eight, obviously, '93, but also '92, '96, 2001, and 2002. So from 1993 to 2002, they made the Elite Eight 5 times and the Final Four once, right? And so they have the chance, and they do, right? And you don't want to look too far ahead. Listen, not even through the second game of the year, but they have the chance, I think, to not only finish in the top 4 or 5 in the SEC, but they've got a chance to do some damage in the NCAA tournament this year, as Maddie Green's going to go to the line for 2.
And, you know, that's what Shea Ralph wants her program to get back on top. This Vanderbilt team has all the pieces that they need to be successful. It's like a puzzle, and putting those pieces together is the challenge, you know. And so far, so good. Again, second game of the season. Don't want to look too far ahead. Want to take it one game at a time. But if you're Vanderbilt, you have to be happy with what you have on the court.
Maddie Green now with 10 points. And now 7 of 7 from the free throw line for Maddie Green. Vanderbilt 23 of 28 from the free throw line. Actually, my apologies. Green 6 of 6 with 10 points tonight. Good steal by Kapanis. Again, her first game as a Commodore. Tried to get it to Green, but threw it into traffic. Two points for Wyatt. She's got 6.
Wyatt was just wide open on the inside by herself. Good recovery by Vanderbilt, but good job by Wyatt to finish the play.
So we were talking about Coy Love. We were giving some love to Coy. Nice shake and bake. Kapanis misses another layup, though. Say, hey, listen, I'm guessing here, but that's about 8 or 9 missed layups at the rim.
You know, and not to give Kapanis an excuse, but this is her first game back, you know, with a new team.
Yep.
She's playing very well. You got it still right there. Even there might be a little bit of nerves and chemistry and getting used to these baskets still.
3 ball from Green. How about the ball movement? That started with Kapanis, led the break. Jada Brown with a no-look pass, and Maddie Green finished the job from the corner. But I was going back to what I was saying. Good text here by Chris Caskey, the special sports information director for Vanderbilt. Does a great job. Nice find by Shields to Wyatt. That's a good freshman to freshman connection there. But Camille Pierre is the first door to post a double-double in the first 2 games of the season since Coy Love to open the 2020-2021 campaign. And we were talking about how Camille Pierre was the first to have a double-double in the opener since Coy Love did it against ETSU back in 2020. So some good company there. Oliver off the window, another missed lay-in. Last touched by Austin Peay. It'll stay with Vanderbilt. As Makara's back in. First time we're seeing Trinity Wilson here tonight. Saw her on Monday. Played 10-plus minutes in the opener. Scored 2 points. She was 1 of 4 with 5 rebounds. So the freshman from Lakeville, Minnesota, who was ranked the 5th best player in Minnesota, according to PrepGirlsHoops.com. 1,000 career scorer and rebounder, and they go right inside. 2 freshmen working on each other. Wilson missed it with the left. Makara after the tip from Brown. How about Brown from downtown? No good.
I love the post up inside by Wilson, using her body to move and create space for herself.
Final 4 and change. Vanderbilt with their 53-point advantage. Makarov from way deep, and that was way to the right. That'll lead us to our final timeout here inside Memorial. It's been all doors since the door was open to start the game. Brown to Maddie Green, nothing but green from the corner. .419 to go, Vanderbilt on top by 53. Taking a look at some stat stuffers. Jordan Cambridge, one of the best to ever do it, and a Commodore uniform, graduated last year. They were sad to see her go, but Leilani Kapanis transfers in from Penn State, and look what she did again as a Nittany Lion. You take a look, pretty similar numbers there overall, and again, nobody's gonna be Jordan Cambridge. Shea Ralph doesn't want anybody to be Jordan Cambridge, but she talked about some players filling some roles. Number 5 can certainly do just that.
One of those stats that I love to see was 109 blocked shots for Leilani Kapanis. That just proves the defensive ability that she has. You know, such a great addition for this Vanderbilt team.
That was rejected by Makarov, who I think is saying, listen, talking about stat stuffers, I'm fine with the block, but I don't think I touched it. Should have been our ball, but it stays with Austin Peay with 4:08 to go, 19 to shoot. You know what, a stat I wanted to get in, by the way, the men's basketball team for Vanderbilt, they were able to win their first game under head coach Mark Byington. And his first game, coming over from James Madison, led them to the NCAA tournament last year, had a couple of big wins, but it was a good debut for Vanderbilt. They wound up beating Maryland Eastern Shore 102 to 63, and it was the first time since 2001 that both the men and the women scored 100 plus in the same night. So since 2001, both teams, by the way, scored 102 points. So not too shabby from both Mark Byington and Shea Ralph to start the year. Wilson with the left, couldn't finish, got her own miss off the window, and flexing the muscles that time, Trinity Wilson. And look at the dancing going on over by the Doors bench.
I love the support from the teammates. Great job by Trinity Wilson to stick with it, get her own rebound, and finish the play.
You can just see that this team roots for anyone and everyone. They want everyone to be successful. As Kapanis got tied up with Shields, Kapanis thought she had all ball. Instead, a foul was called on. One thing I wanted to point out, by the way, about Austin Peay. Last year, they lost to a D2 school to open the year. They lost to Trevecca, and I think a lot of Austin Peay fans are saying, where is this going? Why are you bringing that up? A week later, 8 days later to be exact, they beat Kentucky.
Wow.
8 days later, right? And so, not going to win this game, not going to win this SEC game against Vanderbilt, but you can learn, you can grow. I know they lost to Bethel the other night, disappointing first loss inside F&M Bank Arena in Clarksville, about 45 miles from here. But it doesn't mean you lose this game, it doesn't mean your season is over. There's a lot of basketball to be played.
Yes, most definitely. And, you know, you have to let the losses roll off of you and learn from them. Go back in the gym, go back into the film room, see what you need to work on. But it's a long season, you know, and taking it one game at a time is the best approach.
Yeah, and Austin Peay made it to the Atlantic Sun semifinal. That was after losing to Trevecca to start the year. Made it to the A-Sun semis. Wound up losing to eventual champion Florida Gulf Coast, who's run the A-Sun the last 3 years. Maddie Green, little shake and bake, got the pick. Couldn't finish. Battle for the board. That was Shields and Brandsma who were kind of tied up together there. And the possession arrow, I think everyone's looking. And they may be calling a shot clock violation. That shot never hit the rim, and that is what the call is with 2:44 to go. First time we're seeing Rose Asmude, the freshman from Dix Hills, New York, did not play against Bethel on Monday in the opener. pride and joy of half Hollow Hills High School. Record for points in a season with 579. See if they try and give her an opportunity, as I think she just got fouled away from the ball. But just the second on Vanderbilt here in this fourth quarter. Shields missed it. Burrell, Cater, back to Shields in the corner. It's just been a lot of that. Austin Peay's gotten some good looks, much like Lipscomb, by the way. Lipscomb had a lot of good looks, but they finished 6 of 36 the other day in the opener, right? From deep. That was from 3, 6 of 36, and Austin Peay hasn't been much better here tonight.
You know, and converting on those possessions is maybe even a 20-point difference from what they're having right now at 35 points, but that's just getting back into the gym, getting more layups up, getting more three-point shots up, mid-range jumpers, 15-foot range, and it's just about repetition. You know, they're getting good looks. Good job by Madison Green right here going downhill, and Trinity Wilson, you know, with the rebound, able to get fouled. But you know, if you're Austin Peay, you know, good execution of your plays, just got to knock them down.
Wilson misses the first Minnesota All-Star basketball game selection last year. And you know, you were talking about this, you were all over it. Her mom, Brenda, played over at UConn, so there's that Husky connection between Shea Ralph and Trinity Wilson. Wilson, empty trip the line as Makara was battling for the board, and it was last touched by Makara. It goes the other way with under 2 to play.
You know, it's so funny because, like, my mom, she will say, every time somebody asks my mom, did you play basketball growing up? She said, yeah, recreational basketball.
Right.
I'm like, Mom, that barely counts, you know? So Trinity Wilson, you know, being in good company with her mom and, you know, getting advice from her is amazing.
For sure. Listen, I tell people I'm the 8th man off the bench inside LA Fitness.
Oh, no.
I'm a role player, Camera. And talking about role players, Kapanis going to play a big role this season for Shea Ralph's squad. I don't think Vanderbilt's going to quite get to the century mark here tonight. Might finish just short. There's Asmude, and Asmude, good looking shot there. And misses another 3 for Austin Peay. Looking ahead real quick, Vanderbilt back in action next Thursday, 6 days from tonight, in Tampa, Florida, against South Florida, right? Pretty good mid-major program. That's another missed layup that time by Maddie Green. And then they take on Butler right back here inside Memorial on the 17th. That's a 2 p.m. Central Time start time against the Butler Bulldogs, who, by the way, Austin Peay's men's basketball team upset Butler tonight inside Hinkle Fieldhouse. So nice win for the Austin Peay men's team. You take a look at the schedule coming up. Then they got Hampton as well as Samford. And then they head to Palm Springs, another beautiful place, by the way, that you got to get to, Cameron. Talked about Malibu, right? And I'll tell you what, Jane Waba can give you all the recommendations there, but Palm Springs, another really good, cool spot to vacation. That's going to be a fun tournament. They're going to take on Arizona and then either Cal, Berkeley, or Michigan State. So some top-notch programs down in Palm Springs and soak up the sunshine in Cali.
What's your favorite place to vacation?
That's a good question.
Because you're from California.
Yeah, I was going to say, you know, it depends. You know, I got a lot of family in New York, so it's fun to go over there. And, you know, there's, you know, getting the chance as Trinity Wilson, the bulldog that she is, finishes again, and the bench is still loving it. You know, I think any chance you get to kind of drive down Pacific Coast Highway, Highway 1 in California, you see the beach pretty much the entire way, right? It's, you know, you can pretty much go from San Diego to San Francisco, and so it's a really fun drive, and I think it's one of the best vacation spots. If you ever get the chance to do it, you got to. As Brandsma gets denied, Shea Ralph trying to tell Leilani Kapanis to cap off her first day as a door. It is in the books, and Vanderbilt from start to finish gets the job done yet again. All smiles from Shea Ralph. They win at 93-37.
You know, Shea Ralph happy with the way her team played. I would be too. They did a good job executing their plays. They have to work on finishing, but that will come with time. A strong showing for this second game of the season.
Listen, there's going to be no interview after this game, but Camille Peay was trying to let people know what happened here tonight. Another big win for the Doors. They win at 93-37. Final thoughts, partner?
You know, I just love all of the pieces that Vanderbilt plays with. Austin Peay should still be happy with their play. Had to go back in the gym and work on a few things, but again, a great game by Vanderbilt.
For our producer, Dean McConaughey, Camera Harris, I'm Alex Gold saying so long from Memorial Gymnasium. The magic was here for the Doors. They win at 93-37. All games airing on ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. All smiles for Camille Peay and Vanderbilt. Another big win.